So how does child support work? Am I able to agree to not pay child support if I have an agreement with the mother of the child that I'm not going to be paying it? So in other words, is child support up to her? If we have an agreement and we both agree, yeah, I don't need to pay child support because I'm gonna take care of this expense or that expense for the child, is that good? Am I good on that, or is there gonna be any issues legally with any of that in Michigan? So I'm attorney Brent Boyer from Adam. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. So yeah, child support, if you reach an agreement and you're doing, usually it's when you're doing more of a shared custody arrangement, you have a lot of time with the child or multiple children, and you're doing, maybe you got half the time with them, or 5 out of 14 nights, so 5 nights out of every 2 weeks, or whatever it is. You have a lot of time with the child. Then it can come up with this issue of, well, can we agree that I'm not going to pay child support? So how that works is first of all, you'd want to take a look at the child support formula and see what it says, because the way this goes, the courts are bound by the child support guidelines. They're required to make someone pay a child support if the guidelines require it. So in other words, they are required to make independent findings of custody and child support issues. So if you have an agreement on custody, that's fine, you can do that. The court's not likely to tell you that your custody agreement's not going to be followed, or that they're not going to let you do it. But they are still, technically they're required to review it, meaning they have to do a court hearing, and they need to know what the arrangements are for the custody arrangements, and then they approve it. It's not just totally up to the parents. And then same thing with child support. You can agree, I'm not going to pay child support, but you do run the risk that a judge looks at the child support guidelines, they want to know what the guidelines say, and then they want to know if you're not going to follow those guidelines, if you're going to deviate and not pay child support when the guidelines say that you're supposed to pay child support. They need to know that, and then they can go from there. They can make a decision that they're not going to allow that. So if you're in a custody and parenting time arrangement where you're supposed to be paying $800 a month in child support, and the two of you have an agreement that you're going to pay $0, you can run the risk that a judge at your final court hearing could say, well, I can't let you do that. I mean, you're required to pay child support. I can't really allow $800 a month becoming $0. And the idea is that the money is for the child who's a minor. They don't have a say in it. They don't want parents negotiating that away, or they don't want, because of threats or these other issues going on, that somebody bargained away the right to receive child support. So there are ways around this. There are strategies you can use. If this is good intentions and you're just trying to avoid having to pay child support, but really you're going to pay other expenses, pay things on behalf of the child, of course that's fine, and that's valid to be trying to do that, but it needs to be done the right way. You would need a shared custody arrangement. You need the number of overnights to be the right amount based on what the support formula is looking at. You need your income and her income to come out in the right place, where a child support number is going to come out low enough that basically $0 is fine, because it's only supposed to be 100 or 100 and something a month anyways. So that's the advice on that. It is possible. It has to be done the right way. But you don't want to just blindly go into something and say, oh, good, well, we're going to agree that I'm not going to pay any support. And then you get to the court hearing and a judge says, no, I have to make you pay support. And now you walk out paying something that really neither of you intended for you to be doing. And that's not good. So hopefully that helps. Thanks.